Hello everyone, welcome back to Just Invest Today. Today we're talking about the new 13F filings for Q3 2022 because everyone just released their 13F filings, which is amazing. We got Warren Buffett, we got Michael Burry, we got Lee Lu, Guy Spear, Mohnish Pabrai, we got Robert, we got Cliff Sosin. There's so many buys, there's so many sells. We're gonna dig deep into their reports because we want to know what is going on in the market, what are people are buying, what are people are selling. Can we generate some new ideas? What is going on in the market with these value investors? So let's get into it. Let's look at these reports, guys. So before we do, like this video, subscribe to my channel. I'm always providing you guys with so much new content. So click that like button, click that subscribe button right now. You know this wouldn't be a real 13F filings video if we did not start with Warren Buffett, the godfather, man. Come on, man. He had a lot of activity in the third quarter. He bought Oxy, Paramount, RHCE, Chevron, Taiwan Semiconductor, which is very interesting because remember everyone talking about the risk reward when it comes to like the China conflict with the US. So for him to get into this pick is very interesting because man, people are saying he's avoiding all Chinese stocks, even though he owns BYD, which is interesting as well because he owns Chinese already, but people avoid that question thinking he's just avoiding China. This makes me want to do a deeper dive on Taiwan Semiconductor. I didn't want to invest in it because I already have Micron. I'm kind of going in and out of Micron. It's like a short-term play for me personally. He has LPX, he has Jefferies Financial Group. So he has a lot of buys, man. And I want to know, what companies are you most interested in from this report? We already know that Warren Buffett this year is all about oil. He's seeing oil taking off probably in the next 2 to 3 years because remember, he's a long-term investor. So he's probably seeing these oil prices remaining high. That's why he's buying so much Oxy, Chevron, etc., etc. Him selling Activision Blizzard is kind of interesting. Is he like maybe suspecting that this deal might not go through? He's selling US Bank Corp. He sold Bank of New York. So why is he selling banks? Is he seeing stress in that area? Who knows? So there's a lot of interesting moves with Warren Buffett. Let's go to the next report. Michael Burry, man. Michael Burry. A lot of new buys. This is very interesting. Liberty, Charter, Aerojet, Corsific, Curate Retail. So Geo, he increases position in this prison. Geo, so he is short the market. That's what he's talking about. That's what he keeps saying on Twitter. Like he is very short the market. So these are very interesting plays. They're more value plays. Like Charter Communications and Curate Retail, they have a lot of like debt issues, but I think they generate good free cash flow. Same with Liberty. So they're kind of more value plays that are already like hit to the ground. So maybe that's why he's buying them. What are your thoughts? Are you interested in any of these companies Michael Burry is buying? Because there's probably some kind of value there. He is very short the market. So you're seeing one side of the coin. The other side is that like he probably has short positions, maybe even on these stocks. Who knows what he's doing? He's doing wild things in his portfolio. That's it for Michael Burry. Lee Lu. Lee Lu doesn't make any changes, which I'm surprised because last quarter he was buying Google. So why is he not buying more Google? He likes Google maybe at like a 12% of his portfolio, not counting his China holdings. He sold all of Meta last quarter too, which is kind of maybe bad news for Meta. He is standing pat on his positions. He owns Micron, Bank of America, Google, Alphabet, Berkshire, Apple, Alphabet again. So he has two positions in Alphabet, making it probably around 20% of his portfolio in the US. So he is bullish on Google hard. And I'm still surprised that he bought into Apple like a quarter or 2 quarters ago because like Apple to me is a very expensive company right now, especially with the market kind of turning. It's like the last stock to not have like a huge downfall, which is kind of surprising because everything points to Apple probably having a bad quarter coming up soon as iPhone sales are kind of going down or staying very stagnant. And we know Apple is all about the iPhone. That's what generates most of the profit. So Lee Lu standing pat. We have Guy Spear standing pat again, man. This just goes to show you that they're probably not seeing a lot of value right now. They think it might even get worse in the market. Who knows? I think it's probably to get a little bit worse in the market, and they're just getting ready for that. But Berkshire, American Express, Bank of America, MasterCard, all his top holdings, all of these companies have a solid moat. And that's what I love about Guy Spear. Like, none of these companies don't have a moat. all his businesses are just moat businesses. So he's okay. Like he can stand pat for a while because he knows in the future, 5, 10 years down the line, all these businesses are going to get bigger. And I love that about Guy Spear. Bill Ackman. Bill Ackman made some very interesting plays. Come on, man. He sold out of all of Domino Pizza. I was kind of surprised by that. I'm like, whoa, he sold out of Domino's Pizza. Always loved those restaurant plays. So he bought into more Canada Pacific Railway. I'm going to do more digging on Canadian Pacific Railway. It's a very interesting buy. He increased it by a lot, 400%. Like, so he is very bullish on the stock. So I want to know why. I want to do more digging into that company. But we already know the moat is going to be there. It's a railway. And come on, what's going to like disrupt a railway? Like pretty much nothing. So there's Bill Ackman's plays. Guys, are you interested in anything from Bill Ackman, from Li Lu, from Guy Spirit? Let's talk about it, man. Robert Vanal. This is very interesting because I just released a video about Carvana might go bankrupt because inflation is just killer right now. People are not buying used cars. People just don't see that same value that everyone sees in Carvana. A lot of people think this company is going to have crazy economics of scale. They're going to just kind of just dominate the market. So him increasing Carvana by 37%, man. Increased Meta. He sold down Salesforce, credit acceptance. But man, if you just look at his holdings, he already has a crazy position. He already has a 6% position in Carvana, and he's increasing it. So that's kind of surprising. I thought most people would stand pat. But if you're really, really bullish on Carvana, I think this is the perfect time to buy. It's in the dumps. People don't want it. So if you have that bullish sentiment on Carvana, I don't. I would like avoid it. Like I'm more on the side of I want a guaranteed certainty in a company that 5, 10 years down the road, it's going to be bigger. It's going to produce more revenue. I am just not sure with Carvana if that is the case. So I just avoid Carvana. Wix is kind of interesting. I'm not sure. It's like a website kind of play. People love that company. Guys, anything on his 13F that you're kind of seeing that's interesting? Next person, Cliff Solson, another person that added Carvana, not really too much, but his holdings is very interesting. He has like 4 or 5 plays, Cardalytics, Carvana, Hilton. Still adding Carvana, man. Like these guys just have more nuts than me, man. I couldn't do it, man. Like it's just so much bad news, liquidity crisis, your bonds at crazy rates. Like, man, like they have guts and maybe they just have a different mindset when it comes to just like adding to their positions that are already down significantly. So who knows how it plays out? It's going to be a very interesting story, however it plays out. It's either you're going to be a freaking trillionaire or you're just going to be bankrupt at this point. Mohnish Pabrai, man. He made a buy. I was surprised. He bought Brookfield Asset Management, and there's a lot of noise about this company and how they're actually like a very kind of Berkshire kind of type-minded company. They have a good CEO at the helm. I got to do more digging. I don't know crazy amount about this company. I do know a little bit. I know it has a lot of like assets and invests in a lot of companies, and it has a lot of like it's in a lot of spaces. So I don't know too much. I'm going to do more research on BAM. What kind of play that Mohnish Pabrai sees for this company? Is it more short term? Is it more long term? Is it going to be a compounder for the next 10, 15 years? So it might be an interesting stock to look at, guys. So what do you think about BAM? What do you even think about Micron? Are you adding to Micron? Because I still have a small like 2-3% position in Micron. I'm waiting for the recovery for that, and then I'm probably going to sell out and put my capital somewhere. What do you think about Micron, Brookfield Asset Management, guys? And that's it for my 13F filings. But overall, look at the top buys from last quarter. Microsoft, Meta, Google, Amazon, Alphabet, Visa, Booking Holdings, Salesforce, PayPal, Walt Disney. I'm still shocked that Meta is still top 10 of the big super investors are still buying Meta. After all the news of people saying it's done, it's over, Meta can't like come back, the biggest investors, the biggest organizations are still buying Meta, which I'm kind of shocked. The way that the Meta stock has been selling off, you would think everyone is selling, all the big investors, but nah, man, there's more buying than selling, which is just interesting. So guys, tell me what you think, man, and what are your views on the stocks you're buying? I want to hear your list of stocks that you're buying this quarter, guys. Please like the video, subscribe to my channel. I'm always providing you guys with so much new content, man. Like it and subscribe.